Man hid terrifying truth at his family farm for years. It's hard to imagine what the end of the world would look like, as it hasn't happened yet. Even so, people still prepare for it. When a secret bunker was found on a farm in the Netherlands, police were floored by how this family of 6 were surviving, waiting for the end of time. But as investigators dug further into the group, they uncovered a tragic story that left the entire community shaken. Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. When 25-year-old Jan Zonverdorsten took a stroll down to his local bar, the Café de Castelline, in October 2019, he took a seat and promptly ordered 5 beers. The bar patrons may have noticed that something was a bit off with Jan. Jan managed to take another solo trip to the bar a few days later, this time talking up the bar's owner, Chris Westerbeek. As they talked, Chris began to realize that Jan had been through some stuff. His hair appeared ratty, his clothes were unkempt, and he just seemed to be overall confused. The more they got to talking, the more pieces of the puzzle Chris put together. Jan needed help, and he needed it ASAP. He said he had run away and needed urgent help, and that he had never been to school. Then we called the police, Chris disclosed to local broadcaster RTV Drenthe. It became a heavier conversation than Chris had anticipated. He said he had brothers and sisters who lived at the farm. He said he was the oldest and wanted to end the way they were living. Police immediately went to investigate Jan's home, that word being used quite loosely. His home life was a living nightmare. Police inspected a remote farmhouse in Ruinerwold where Jan and his family lived. The officers found a secret staircase behind a cupboard in the living room, which, unbelievably, led to a hidden space. We found 6 people living in a small space in the house, which could be locked but wasn't a basement, police stated. The weird secret room housed a 67-year-old man and 5 young adults aged 18 to 25 years old. Were they prisoners? It was a puzzling scene. Throughout the family's lengthy time in seclusion, they lived off the land, as the farm possessed a vegetable garden and a goat. Yes, one singular goat. RTV Drenthe reported that when Jan's 5 siblings were initially discovered in the bunker, the poor souls thought that they were the Earth's last surviving humans. Not only was this bizarre family of sorts found hidden beneath the farmhouse, but a 58-year-old Austrian handyman named Joseph B. was too found on the property, which was camouflaged by hefty, towering vegetation. Reports say that Joseph B. was the one paying the farmhouse's rent, the landlords Klaus Roos and Alida ten Auer having not one clue that there was also a family residing in the underbelly of the farmhouse. Joseph B. was promptly arrested for refusing to cooperate with the investigation. We knew absolutely nothing of this. We rented the house for years to one man, and now we learned someone was there with children. We have no idea who it can be, Alida explained. Not only were the landlords shocked, but so was the local mayor. I've never seen anything like it, Mayor Roger de Groot said. He continued by revealing that many of the family members hadn't even been locally registered. Since police found no records that proved the siblings were residents of the district, as Jan had warned the police, it's believed that they may have been relocated to the farmhouse bunker and held captive. Let's try not to imagine where they were initially held hostage. So where does the mother fall into this disconcerting tale? Well, Roger de Groot also disclosed in a press conference that the mother of the family passed away before they moved into the farmhouse bunker. This disquieting story holds a lot of unknowns, including who the keeper of Jan's mysterious social media accounts is. Jan has had a blooming social media presence since June, posting on both Instagram and LinkedIn, which is obviously odd. However, no one knows if Jan was actually operating the accounts himself. Reports said the family was living in isolation, waiting for the end of time, but recent social media posts made by Jan further indicate that the siblings may have been held hostage. While it may have been a living nightmare, it's not clear if the young adult siblings were confined to the small space round the clock. Joseph B. allegedly owned a carpentry business which saw captive Jan as an employee for months. And that's not to say he definitely had contact with the outside world. Similarly, Ruinerwald resident Jeffrey Shepper had contact with Jan a week and a half prior to his climactic visit at the Café de Castellane. Jeffrey claimed that Jan had asked him for a job and new clothes. We tried to ask questions, among other things, because he said he'd not been outside for 9 years. Is it a belief? A cult? He said yes, nothing more. Jeffrey said of his conversation with Jan and Chris Westerbeek at the bar. Some struggled to call Jan a victim, given his multiple opportunities to search for help. Well, it's more common phenomena than you'd think. We know you've heard of Stockholm Syndrome, but without all the details, it's hard to say. Then, on October 17th, a Dutch judge ordered Joseph B. to detention for 14 days due to suspicion of illegal deprivation of liberty and money laundering. In the meantime, the investigation continued. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspirational stories.